Hi guys, so this is going to be a little bit of a lengthier word. I just figured I'll get this one out before I get the rest out. I posted a word the other day and I said we are in the book of Psalms. I also talked about James, okay? And I think I talked about, it was more like I think it was like Psalm 56 or 57. And I literally talked about basically how David was saying to God, like, please God, help me, please God, don't let the enemies get away with what they're getting away with. I said in that video that Psalm 37 was heavily in my spirit, and I thought about Psalm 37 a few times, okay? Yesterday, I delivered the word, and Psalm 37 was still in my spirit. I delivered a word pertaining to a female crying, somebody that really messed up, somebody that was crying because of getting caught, or crying because what they tried to do did not work. So they're crying based on disappointment and confusion, wondering what happened, okay? Now, when I brought Psalm 37 to God, okay, because I'm like, why is Psalm 37 keep hitting my spirit? He confirmed two things for this word today. He confirmed Psalm 37 and he confirmed Psalm 56, okay, which is what I already talked about the other day. He also showed me something pertaining to sharks, okay? This is why he said in this season, do not say anything. And this is why I posted that word for whoever, for do not say anything. All the words are connecting together, okay? Like connecting together. James talks about our characteristics and how we're supposed to respond to the persecution, how we are supposed to handle things pertaining to obstacles in warfare as children of God. And then Psalms talks about what happened to David, and it also talks about David feeling weary at times, feeling sad at times, but also David still keeping his faith, right? So that's why God gave us these two books, because it's showing us how to handle and how to respond to the things that are happening in these times. Many of you guys, you thought God was letting things just happen to you. You thought you were being punished. You thought God was ignoring you. Some of you guys were even saying to God, like, God, my enemies look like they're getting away with it. They're living their best life. They're laughing. They're looking healthy. They look like they got it all together. And here I am suffering for what they're doing to me. Like some of y'all may be looking at the witches that are afflicting you, and they look like they're doing good. They look like, okay, how come the witch that's afflicting me looks like she has it all together, and they're doing good, but I'm here struggling. They're doing beauty spells on me and making me look worse than I usually look, and they're doing things to mess with my hair, my weight, my appearance, and all that, while they're out there living their best life. And same thing, males, you may be looking at the witches or warlocks that are afflicting you. You may be like, God, why does it look like they're getting away with things? They're not getting away with things. They're not getting away with things. Listen, spell work or whatever is going on with y'all, like, people will reap what they sow. They will always reap what they sow. And whether it be someone do something outside of spell work or someone using spell work, people will always reap what they sow. It may not look like they're going through anything in the moment, and you have to understand something. God does not always operate on when we ask him to. Like, sometimes God will allow the enemies to feel like they got away with things, and they'll be all boastful and happy, and then God hits them literally, like, when they least expect it, right? God is very strategic like that. Also, God is very merciful, and he gives people grace to repent, right? So he gives them time to repent, and when they don't repent, that's when things usually happen, right? So the Lord brought up sharks, because many of you guys, you got to be careful in this season, because the Lord brought up sharks. And let me tell you something, sharks are very blind-sighted. For those that don't know, sharks cannot see. They only use their senses. They only use they use their senses and everything like that when they're in the water. So, but they cannot see you. They can't see you, okay? And when God showed me sharks, it reminded me how some of the people, the enemies, they're like very blind. They think they're getting away with things, but they're very blind, right? And a lot of them, they're blind to see you completely, as in they don't fully see your life. They don't fully see what's going on with you. They may see glimpses and pieces, which is what's triggering them, and they only see what you're showing them, which is triggering them. That's why we don't show everything. But they can't really see everything. So they're going based on their senses, or whatever tarot readers or psychics they go to, or spiritualists they go to. They're going based on that. And they're doing their spell work based on that. And again, referencing back to the word, don't say anything. This is why you should not say too much. Okay. Because sometimes the only way they can receive information is to fish for it. And same thing with sharks. They only receive their food by fishing for it. Okay. And they're very blind. Sharks are blind, right? So the reason why also God mentioned sharks is because some of these enemies right now, they are gathering up more than one person. Okay, they're gathering up more than one person, and they're getting other people to join them. So what is happening now is many of them, it's like they're, you know, when sharks, they circle around in the water and they wait for the food to fall in the water, and they're all circling around and waiting for the food to fall. It's like they're waiting for you to fall, and a lot of them are like circling around monitoring you. They're circling around monitoring you, watching your every steps. What David said in Psalms 56, I think it was 56 or 57. David said in Psalms 56, 57, he said, God, my enemies are watching my steps, my every steps. So they're monitoring. Sharks circle in the water for their food, waiting for their food to come, to fall in the water, waiting for their food to. So they're waiting for you to fall, but you ain't gonna fall. You ain't gonna fall. They can circle all they want to circle. They can circle all they want. Nothing is going to happen to you. Another thing that God mentioned pertaining to the sharks is that sharks are very blind. They don't see what's coming. So they only go based on their senses, and they have to fish for information, as in they have to fish for their food, right? It's the same thing with the enemies. It's like they don't see what's coming. They're blind. They don't see what's coming, right? And because they don't see what's coming, they don't know the wrath of God's going to hit them. They may hear about it. They may hear you say something about it. They may see you post on Facebook or whatever about it. They may hear, you know, you talking about something like that in church or whatever. Or somebody may say something to them, but they're so prideful. They're so selfish. They don't care. They don't care because they don't see it being the way how you are saying it's going to happen, or they don't see it being the way that people are warning them about. For instance, God may even be warning them and they may not see it really happening that way. They may think, oh, the consequences ain't going to be that bad. Let me keep doing what I'm doing because I don't think it's going to be as bad as people say it's going to be, or the dreams that I'm having. So God may even be warning them with dreams, and they may think it's just a dream. Like, yes, there may be some consequences, but it ain't going to be this bad. But they're blind. They're blind. Okay. So I'm going to read Psalm 37, 1 to 14 to you. Psalm 37. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy the safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger. Going back to James 2. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil, and we do not repay evil with evil. Okay? For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them. But the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. See what I mean when I say God may not do something in the moment where you pray and ask God to do something, but then it will just hit them, because God is strategic. He knows what to do, okay? So right now there's like a recruit. There's enemies recruiting people, and they're like gathering together like sharks, swirling, just swimming in a circle in the water, waiting for their food to fall. But it ain't gonna happen. So it's like almost like imagine somebody saying to someone, oh, take this person out, hurt this person, and they're all doing things to try to harm you, or to try to off you, or to try to see you fall from your position, or, you know, in the workplace or whatever, right? And then they do their little tactics, whether it be humiliation ritual, whether it be black magic, whether it be their voodoo, whether it be their, you know, Leviathan tongue, or whether it be their lying spirit. Like, they're doing all these things to try to oppress you and sabotage you. And then after they act on it, they sit and they wait to see how it's going to afflict you, to see if what they did is working. And they sit and they wait. It's like, that's what sharks do. It's like they sit and they wait. That's what they're doing. And that's why the Lord said, the book of James, do not respond, do not act a certain type of way. It even says this in Psalm, okay, with David. And that's why God gave us these types of words, because they're connecting. So I want to give you guys this confirmation, but let me tell you something right now. They may look like they're getting away with stuff, they may think they're getting away with stuff, but the Lord is laughing at the wicked. Literally, God is mocking the mockers. He is laughing at the wicked. Okay, He wants us to move accordingly and responsibly, the way how He has raised us to be. Okay, I love you guys, and congratulations on your vindication, because it's about to happen. I love you guys. Bye.